Welcome back to part 2 of the Cancer Lunar Eclipse that's happening January 10th, 2020. This is part 2 because my camera cut off as I was speaking, but I was on a roll and I didn't want to lose what I shared in part 1. So I'm just going to make this part 2. And we're going to pick up where we left off as my camera cut off by looking at the spiritual support that we have available with this Neptune at 16 degrees of Pisces and how it is making a wide sextile to the Sun and Mercury and making a trine here to the Moon. Now, with Neptune, it typically has a tighter orb of only 2 or 3 degrees, but I'm going to stretch it here to about 3.5, 4 degrees because I feel like this Neptune is a supportive player in the bigger picture. Neptune is where we are traveling with our higher selves. We are traveling with our spiritual knowledge and our understanding that everything is meant to change. This is a deeper connection to what you trust and to stepping out of your human will into the spiritual will of it all. So I feel like this is important because of how this Neptune is supporting both the Sun and the Moon plus Mercury in this transformation of, okay, I understand this is part of my soul's mission to be here on the planet at this time, to be deeply processing in my emotional world, to be feeling the feels and understanding that this is just a part of the human experience, but that I have support. And that support is available when you look up, when you surrender, when you go within, when you step out of the physical and go into the intuitive spiritual gifts that you have access to. And this is very important at this time. It is certainly something that can give you energy, give you clarity, give you the ability to trust in what is unfolding and what is changing permanently in the real world. So know that Neptune is here to help you go higher, and to even step away from some of the seriousness of it all, because this is a very heavy, focused energy that is grabbing our attention, that we can't turn away from. But this is going up into the higher realms to access more parts of yourself outside of the physical realm that are here to support you, that are here to show you light, even when it can be quite dense or heavy. Now, other energies that we have here is that this Mars is at 4 degrees of Sagittarius and quite energized, ready to go and take action. This is a global energy. This is about expansion and learning, as Sagittarius energy is. It just had a trine to Chiron at nearly 2 degrees of Aries, and this is the energy of knowing what you need to do for yourself, because this is the Mars that's strong in the masculine energy of Sagittarius. It's strong in self. Make sure you're not too pompous or too much of a know-it-all, but understand that this gives you strength to do what you need to do in your life and to keep moving ahead, because this Sagittarius moves towards the next dream, the next vision, and it's supporting us as a fire sign. Okay, so it brings in the fire energy. And then over here we have Venus at 26 degrees of Aquarius, who's bringing in the air sign energy, the only air sign in the chart. And she's helping us connect with people, talk it out, look at the bigger picture. The willingness to move into the future is part of this Venus in Aquarius. And she's helping us be clear in our minds, to also flush out the mind, to talk it out, to communicate, to not let something get stuck. And that helps move it too. So we do have all 4 elements in this chart. So that does provide a sense of balance. And in fact, the personal planets are all each in the 4 elements. So the moon is in water, Mars is in fire, Venus is in air, and then Mercury is in earth. So all of this works together to help us understand multiple angles, multiple parts of a story, it gives us access to more of what we need to know. And also, I feel like these 4 elements being represented supports humanity. It supports you in your chart, because there's probably elements you have in your chart that are strong right now. Like, I feel that for most people, yes, the Capricorn areas are heavy for all of us, but at least you have some fire with Mars and Chiron, and you have some air with this Venus, not to mention the water. So that is something that is helping us remain in balance with everything that's unfolding. Jupiter conjunct the south node is certainly a big letting go, turning over of leadership, those in authority who are resigning. There was a big turnover at Boeing, for example, so this could be CEOs, certainly government, politicians, whether people are resigning or stepping away for certain issues. This is something that says, okay, I've learned and I've mastered, and now I move forward. Once this Jupiter moves away from the south node, there is a return to going forward and climbing the next mountain. So you could also look at this as Jupiter conjunct the south node as a place of graduation, a place of been there, done that, I'm moving on. What did I obtain and learn, and now what do I take forward? But ultimately, every south node conjunction shows us what is over and complete and what we're letting go of so that we can move on. So we have such a dynamic energy here. Again, there's 3 strong energies in this chart. I talked about that in part 1. We have the full moon lunar eclipse conjunct Mercury, plus we have this conjunction of Saturn and Pluto. This hasn't happened for 37 years, and as I said in part 1, this can happen any time of the year. So it's really incredible that it would be happening alongside an extra emotional lunar eclipse. And then we also have this Uranus stationing direct within hours of the eclipse, within 6 hours to be exact. And that means all planets are now direct. All planets are direct. It's go time. There's movement. New energies coming through. And even though this Pluto energy, people can talk about this as a fear-mongering energy, I've been seeing this energy as bigger cracks of light, as bigger cracks of energy coming in, coming through to break up this stagnant energy in the 3rd decan of Capricorn, no less. The 3rd decan, which has extra responsibility, extra leadership and mastery, and saying something is truly over. And one more thing to leave you with that I found incredibly fascinating is that also at this time, during this Cancer lunar eclipse, it's Jeff Bezos' birthday, the owner of many companies. And I was thinking, well, let's see. He owns Amazon. He owns the Washington Post. That could be this Mercury. And he wants to go to the moon with his company Blue Origin. And I thought there were many archetypes represented here for someone who has been the richest man on the planet. I think that's changed a few times. I don't know if that's still the case. But it's his birthday. So certainly a huge year for the owner of Amazon and what may be coming forth as very big changes. Anytime your birthday coincides with a full moon, it's a year ahead of changes. These can be emotional changes, family changes, anything that actually can show you if too much of your energy is out here in the Capricorn realms. This brings you back to home base, who you are inside. But this being such a powerful, life-changing energy, I would guess that it would be a life-changing year for Mr. Bezos. And if you have your birthday at this time, the same is true for you. Please understand that everything is about intention. Again, this is not about saying that something horrible is going to happen. This is the universe bringing you access to greater power based on what your soul is here to master. And I feel like this is the energy of a turning point, something ending permanently. New life experiences are on the horizon. And you will know it because there's no going back. There's no going back. And so whatever you've had to go back and forth between in 2019, you are moving ahead now. It's a new chapter for all of us. And even if there is the crash and the burn and the big emotional shakeups and the shocking truths that come out, we are here for this. We are here to make the world a better place. We are bringing in more light. We are saying no more of the corruption, the betrayals, the lying, the horrible things that have been done to members of humanity. No more. And it's all being cleared out. And it takes powerful light workers to do that. But the light workers are here. The change agents are here. This is the energy of the change agents bringing in power, resources, developments of what they've been working on behind the scenes. Big light workers are here for a big mission. Their mission is on. It's happening. And we're going to keep talking about it as the year unfolds. So thank you so much for joining me. Please note that I do have a new playlist on YouTube about the USA's natal chart and the upcoming American Revolution. I'm going to be adding more videos to that playlist because it's quite a fascinating discussion. The US is having its Pluto return at 27 degrees of Capricorn, and we're having a Neptune opposition at the same time. So these are big deals in astrology, all happening at the same time, and I think it's worth exploring together. So thank you so much for your comments, likes, and subscribes. I look forward to the adventure continuing with you. We are here for this. We are going to move through this. We are ready. And know that if nothing else, this Capricorn energy gives us a lot of strength in our own self-respect, personal power, and integrity. So I'll be back soon with another astrology video for you, and be sure to listen to my podcasts, which come out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks, friends, and I'll see you soon.